Oh, he's the biggest. He's been on Broadway. He's been in movies. He's been on TV. Hello, my name is Lacey, and welcome to my recap of Claim to Fame, Season 2, Episode 1, hosted by Jonas Brothers, Franklin and Kevin. This is the show where relatives of celebrities come in and they play a guessing game of who are you related to. So I love guessing games. I love mysteries. I love celebrity pop culture, but I am terrible at guessing games. So like Masked Singer, I'm terrible at, and this I'm terrible at. But I still love watching it. Also, I think I've been spoiled on a couple of these people, but I'm actively trying to forget what I have learned so that I can just go along with the ride, and I'm not Googling anything. I'm not spoiling anything that is not actually in the episode. So let's get into episode 1. There are 12 celebrity relatives, and they are competing for $100,000 cash prize to be the last one standing and unguessed by the masses. Each of them get up and do 2 truths and a lie about their celebrity relative. So I'm gonna kind of go down the list, and I'm gonna try and show everybody. Before I get into this 2 truths and a lie, they didn't show everybody's truths. They didn't show everybody's lies. So some of these are gonna have a blank. I do what I can. So Chris, his celebrity relative is a singer, and the biggest award they have won is a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hugo, his celebrity relative is his grandfather. He is an athlete, and he has won a Nobel Prize. We do hear that Hugo's lie is that his celebrity relative was an athlete. Untrue. Jane, her celebrity relative is her dad. He's into music, and he has won a Grammy. Monet, her celebrity relative is her father. He is an athlete, and he has won an Emmy. Shane, her celebrity relative is her dad. He's into music, and he won a Grammy. Gabriel, his celebrity relative is his brother, an athlete, and an NAACP award. And we do know that his lie is the athlete. His celebrity relative is not an athlete. JR, his celebrity relative is his brother and an athlete. I didn't get to hear the award. And his lie, though, is that his brother is an athlete. That is not true, not an athlete. Carson, I think that's her name. All I got was musician. Cole, all I got was his celebrity relative was his dad. Olivia, all I got was that her celebrity relative won a Razzie, which I think is awesome, and I like this person, whoever this is. Travis, his celebrity relative is his dad. He's an actor, and he won a Critics' Choice Award. And lastly, we have Carly, whose celebrity relative is her uncle. He's a musician, and he won an Oscar. And Carly tells us that he is not a musician. He is actually an actor, a very, very famous actor. So those are our 12 contestants who we will be trying to figure out throughout the series or the season. And within the house, they all have to live together, and they all have journals and taking notes on everybody. And a lot of game playing, a lot of lying, a lot of like, ooh, who are we gonna team up with and pair up with, and who are we gonna gang up on? So it's very complicated, and I would do terribly at this game. I would not be able to hold myself together, or I would just be like, I would either talk too much, or I would just be like quiet in a corner somewhere and not say anything. It's probably what I would do. Also in the house is a clue wall, and this clue wall has a lot of like little knickknacks and things referencing people's celebrity relatives. So we got like some vases and urns and like a bench and like a mini thing and an astronaut and like a bunch of stuff. And so a lot of people are just like, oh, that could be this person, that could be this person. And meanwhile, and as people are looking at this wall and pointing things out, Carly is like, when somebody mentioned, I think it was Gabriel, mentioned, oh, the bench, that's the bench from Forrest Gump. It's like a little green bench from the poster. And Carly's just like, no, it's not. That can't be. I think she doth protest too much. Travis tells a story about his celebrity relative taking pictures of Travis with all these celebrity women from who have met his father, and he just says that his father collects all these pictures and says like, oh, here's a whole book of Travis's girlfriends, all these celebrity hot women with Travis as a young boy. It's just, that's a cute little story. The first challenge of the season is the talent show. And this is in front of a live audience, which is intimidating for some of these people who have probably never performed. The idea here for the talent show is that you win by audience applause. And the person who wins gets a clue about another person. And then the lowest two people who get the least amount of applause are going to be the guessers. And I'll get into that after the talent show. But it means they're the bottom. It means they're at risk. I guess the idea is that talent runs in families. So I guess they try and say like, hey, if your celebrity relative is a singer, you might also be a good singer. So if you use singing in the talent show, it might give away something about your person. And I don't really think that's true because like my talents are very different from my parents, so I don't know that really gives anything away. Okay, let's go through the talent show. Chris, he sings and plays guitar, and people watching, other players are talking, maybe John Mayer, maybe. Jane sings and plays the ukulele. Carly raps and twerks about her celebrity relative and says like, oh, he's the biggest, he's been on Broadway, he's been in movies, he's been on TV. And it's like awkwardly terrible, but she gives a lot away. People in the audience are speculating that maybe it's Jim Carrey because of how animated and crazy she's acting. JR tries to play basketball and he misses all of the shots. And one, he tries to dunk and then he falls and he hurts himself. He like twists his ankle. Poor guy. But people think he might be related to James Harden. I don't know who that is. Carson she decides to sing Amazing Grace. I think the less I say about this, the better. It was awful. Olivia did some pole dancing and I was like, yeah, girl. Yeah, I wish I saw more of that because I just like watching pole dance because I've done it. I've taken classes and so I really appreciate all the tricks and stuff. I know how hard it is. Whew. But she looked like she was doing a good job. Shane did some magic tricks. Gabe rapped, I think, or like spoken word kind of rap. Hugo tried to lift weights. And Travis recited pi, 100 digits of pi, while making a pizza pie. So it was really cute. The winner of the talent show is Travis. Pi to 100 decimals while making a pie, the pi sign, in pepperoni on a pizza pie. Love the puns. The bottom two are Hugo and JR. People are speculating that Hugo might be related to Buzz Aldrin because there's some space clues on the clue wall. According to Chris, he says in his confessional that Carly is really hard deflecting whenever Tom Hanks comes up. So he's thinking that they're on the right track, or she could be playing a game going too hard in the opposite direction to make it seem like he's her celeb. See, the double crossing and the crossing, I can't keep up. I would be terrible or just confused. Travis as the winner, first he gets immunity and he gets somebody's clue. He picks Shane's clue. And so he picks a clue, he unrolls it, and it's like a pictogram or pictogram. So it's little pictures that when you kind of put them together, it comes up with either what they're known for or flat out their name or something like that. And it was like a crown, a coin, a plane, the US, ampersand, like the play button, a deer or an elk, and then wheat. He doesn't know. He tries to piece it out, but he's not quite sure yet, so he's going to hang on to the clue for a later time. This is where players are forming alliances. So the bottom two people are at risk of becoming the guesser. Everybody in the house gets to vote on the bottom two people, which one becomes the guesser. The guesser has to pick anybody in the house who's not safe, so they can't pick Travis this round because he's immune. So they pick one person and they have to guess their celebrity relative. If they get it right, they stay and the person they guessed is booted. If they get it wrong, they are booted. So the bottom two right now are JR and Hugo. Chris decides to help JR with Hugo and says maybe it's Buzz Aldrin because of the space clues and the granddad and stuff like that and Nobel Prize. Carly and Travis decide to help Hugo, and they're talking about maybe Monet is related to Steve Harvey. I'm not, because of the family clues on the board, I'm not really super buying it because they really don't have much to go on. Just family, just. And Carly is really trying to make herself valuable or useful to Hugo to save herself. Then it is time for the guess off. So everybody goes into the vote-o booth. And they have JR and Hugo's head on a stick, and they vote. I want this person to be the guesser. I want this person to be the guesser. We don't see everybody's votes, but the guesser ends up being Hugo. They ask Hugo who he wants to reveal. He says Carly. Carly is not happy. She's like, I helped you. And he's like, yep, okay. And so they stand opposite each other, and the Jonas Brothers are like, okay, Hugo, who do you think Carly's celebrity relative is? And he says, I think your celebrity relative is Tom Hanks. And she's like, and then the countdown reveals Hugo is correct. And Carly is related to Tom Hanks. So she has to go home, and Hugo is saved for another day. So Carly, the Jonas Brothers ask if she has any like final words or say your goodbyes or anything like that. She is pissed. She's like, I helped you, Hugo. You betrayed me. I have some of her quotes. I'm sure you've seen this online someplace because it blew up. But she starts crying. She just walks out, says nothing to anybody else. And then she starts yelling, like off camera, gathering her stuff from the villa. Meanwhile, everybody else is still like right at the elimination guess off area. And she's gathering her stuff, and she's screaming from the other room. She's like, ah! And they're like, oh my God, she's screaming. And she says, I should have been here longer. I should have had more camera time. Gabriel's an idiot, and even he figured out my clue. A bench. It was the easiest clue. Whoa. She was fuming. And this rant went on for a good 3 to 5 minutes of just screaming in the other room and yelling and saying all this crap about everybody else. Meanwhile, everybody is just like, the fuck? This bitch cray. This bitch cray. I'm sorry, Tom Hanks. You have a crazy niece. Oh, well, did you guess Carly right? Do you have any other guesses on anybody else in the house? Leave them down below, but no spoilers. So if it hasn't actually been revealed in the episode, no spoilers. But guesses, totally fine. Totally fine. I'd love to hear them down below. What would you do for a talent show? I'm just curious. I would tap dance, I think. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check back here for Claim to Fame episode 2. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.